Listen up. When due diligence fails, it's not some small hiccup. It's a bloody avalanche that crushes billions in returns and drags down the dreams of every founder, every investor, every leader who thought they did everything right. You know that gut punch when you realize you missed a glaring risk because your team looked at the same data but didn't see what really mattered? That moment when the deal looks like a sure bet, only to explode in your face months later, that's why millions slip through your fingers. No, billions, because due diligence becomes either a checkbox exercise or a glorified spreadsheet war, not a razor-sharp, brutal truth-seeking mission. Here's the brutal truth. Most due diligence teams don't ask the hard questions. They don't challenge the story the founder sells because it's more comfortable to nod along and push the deal through, but comfort kills. It's the silent assassin in private equity. If your diligence doesn't mess with the assumptions, doesn't dig deep on culture, doesn't stress test every number with brutal skepticism, your money might as well be burning in a bonfire. You're gambling on hope, not facts. Stop pretending you can rely on standard reports or third-party audits as bulletproof. They don't see the red flags hiding in weak leadership, in markets shifting beneath your feet, in hidden liabilities buried under glossy decks. If you want to stop losing money, you need to become obsessive about real conversations, real tensions, real conflicts that nobody wants to admit exist. Look behind the polished presentation. Hear what's whispered in private calls and watch what's missing from the story. Because that silence, it's where the truth lives. Now let's cut to what you need to do, right now. First, don't settle for surface data. Force your team to get on the ground, to talk to frontline employees, customers who aren't coached, suppliers who aren't incentivized to answer nicely. That's the real intel. Second, incorporate psychological stress tests. How does the leadership respond when you throw curveballs? Are they transparent or defensive? Truth screams in stress. Third, fix your internal incentives. If your team's bonus is tied to deal volume and not quality, guess what? Due diligence becomes a speed bump, not a fortress. Change that. Reward the folks who dig hardest and kill deals fast. Fourth, stop ritualizing due diligence as a process ticking boxes on compliance. It's a mindset, a relentless hunt for what others ignore or don't want to see. Reject complacency in your own decisions. And don't rely only on your internal team blindly. Bring in experts who specialize in the murkiest parts of the business that no one wants to touch. Think tech audits that go beyond code checklists, regulatory deep dives that anticipate future liabilities, and market analysts who look past glossy growth numbers. This isn't theoretical. You fix your due diligence or you keep feeding your portfolio to disasters dressed as opportunities. Every failed deal, every shocking write-off is a failure to see what's right in front of you because comfort blinded your vision. If you want to beat the market, to protect your capital, you've got to stare down ugly truths. Being right doesn't feel good. It feels brutal, but it's the only way to win. You've got to understand one thing: capital follows clarity. If you can't clearly map out the risks like a GPS on chaos, you're driving blind and headed for a crash. Raise the bar so high that only deals with ironclad logic, transparent leadership, and clear market moats make it through. Demand relentless accountability from your partners and founders. If they get defensive or vague, walk away. Don't waste your time or money. At the end of the day, due diligence failures don't happen by accident. They happen because people want to feel safe, to move fast, to claim wins before the real questions are answered. That's how billions get flushed away, because too many want peace of mind, not the peace that comes from knowing your deal can survive every hell thrown at it. So do the hard work. Rewire your approach. Demand courage in conversations. Reward brutal honesty. Chase down every loose end. Make sure the next deal you put money on isn't a bet on a story, but on rock-solid truth exposed in every brutal detail. That's how you stop losing billions and start owning returns like you should. No excuses, no shortcuts, just ruthless, relentless due diligence. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to learn more.